It seems that Kuro Games is really out here just giving us premium currency for us to complete this player preference survey. I believe this is the first time this has happened, but it makes sense because it's the perfect time to ask the player base that is playing the game on its downtime what they really want to see. So let's begin with the survey. Let's start. What's your age? Let's just go with the young age, bro. Let's go with that. They'll give them a better a better gauge. Which of the following with the race characters do you like? So they're giving us a lot of options. Galbrena was too simple to play for me, so not really. Chikona, she has a cool like gimmick and design. She's like tied to the hip to Cardathia though. She does help up like Gion and Ayuno. So her design is good. So yeah, I'll say she's good. Yang, she's technically the forehead of the game, but she needs a limited 5-star or like a sort of transforming, like in other games where like they get a new form from 4-star to 5-star. Like that would be cool. Chisa's another one we saw in the beginning. Augusta was phenomenal. She's so free to play, friendly. Alto's cool in the story, but playing him is very, very not fun. Mortefe is really good. He's really good, just like Sanhua. So his kit design, yes, but his design, not so bad. I like Mortefe. Lumi, her design is nice. Her gameplay is so, I would say, passive. Like you just do like 3 hits, you press her skill, and then you just jump back and do a lot. So I don't prefer the skill. Her design is good. Ayuno, just like Augusta, perfect design, good kit. It's a really good character. Yinlin, sad to say Yinlin is not that good anymore. She's still viable with Xiang Liao, but like it needs help. So design wise, she was one of the first characters to release and was really good looking, but her kit now is more of like a generic use, and the only person that could kind of use it is Zhang Liao. So not really. Baija's technically the first healer you get. She is necessary, but once you get Verena, she's kind of pointless. So now Jinxie is phenomenal, though she needs a beautiful support because we still have no spectral support. Literally, the only one we technically have is Shorekeeper, which I see here. Let me just click her. She's phenomenal. There's no explanation of why we're gonna choose Shorekeeper here. Jinxie just needs another coordinated attack spectral buffer. That's all she needs, and I hope Lene is the new one, but we'll see. Yanhu is like the 4th character you get for free off the tower, but he's the 2nd character to have a defense stat. He gets stats off defense, which is really rare in the game. Though he has a really, really bad placement in the meta because he's the only one that does vibration strength, which is kind of useless now since we're getting a new introduction to the mistune and tune mechanic. Yohu, well, she wasn't good. Let's move on. Shorekeeper, there's no need to say why she's a must pick here. Whoever doesn't pick Shorekeeper, I don't understand why you hate her. Verena's design is weird. Why is she a plant child? I do not know. We'll see that if we ever do go to the new federation. Her kit is amazing, just like Shorekeeper, only that you don't get the Stellar Rail. So I guess, yeah, she's Taochi. This is, I think, the 1st character or the 2nd character. Yeah, this is one of the 2 characters that stacks off defense, and she's not really good. I think she is the best shielder in giving you a full shield, but that's technically all she does. Zanny, I'll be for real. I'm a Zanny main. I love her, but she sucks. I'm clicking this because of my bias. So if you do in the comments and say, oh, Zanny shouldn't be picked here, this is my bias, so I'm sorry. Chisa has future growth. Her design is good. Her kit is good. So yeah, I would choose JJ. JJ was made for Carlotta, but she came out to help Jinxie. JJ really just is a crowd healer that gives resonant skill buff. So I guess no. Lupa. It's between Lupa, Zanny, and Fertilise. Not Cardathia, Fertilise. Cardathia is good, but I prefer Fertilise, and for obvious reasons. But out of those three characters, I cannot decide which is my favorite character. So Lupa's kit is really good. It's sad that she is a mono fusion, support, but eventually there's someone gonna be a mono spectral or mono arrow support. But Lupa just provides so much buff to the mono team that she's kind of like mandatory for it if you want to do like a lot of damage. But it is a really premium team, so I would say like I just like the character, just like how Zanny, I prefer to have her. So I'll just leave it at that. Sanhua, we are not debating. Sanhua is the best 4-star in the game. We are not debating this. Phoebe is tied to the hip to Zanny, or I would say, my bad, I have to rephrase it. Zanny is tied to the hip to Phoebe. Phoebe carries Zanny with Spectral Frazzle. Phoebe just needs another character other than Rover to inflict Spectral Frazzle, which I hope Lene does as well, to give Phoebe like an actual main DPS role, in which she does very well. She's not that bad. The only place she's bad at is Wuthering Waste. Wuthering Waste is where she fails at, but in Tower Diversity, she is amazing. Her design wise is pretty cute, we can't deny that, and her gameplay style is clunky. Just because Zanny and Phoebe are together, I'ma choose it. Cardathia is literally one of the best designed characters. Chikona elevates her to a new region, but with Arrow Rover and Sanhua, she performs really well. Even if you have Shorekeeper, you just flat out remove Arrow Rover because there is too many complications and like a different like quick swap mechanic from Fertilise to Cardathia to get the maximum 6 stacks of arrow erosion, and I'd rather just have Shorekeeper get that 12% crit rate and I believe 20% crit damage and just send that sword down. Ling Yang, we all know this guy's a joke. Hopefully he gets a buff just like Kalcharo down here, but these two are just they're just memes at this point. Ling Yang doesn't do that much damage. Kalcharo got power crept by Zhang Liao, so we'll move on. Brant and Lupa are my favorite team. Just like how Zanny and Phoebe are my favorite team, Brant and Lupa are probably my favorite team. They just work so well. Brant, he's amazing. He does a lot of damage for no reason. I have no idea why they did that, but he gives a shield, he heals, and he just drops an anchor that does like 300k with Lupa, which is absurd. Rochia, well, this is the first 5-star character that I think we are not going to check. No, I didn't check Galbrena. Galbrena was pretty simple to play, but yeah, Rochia has a really unusual place. She has only one team, and I believe it's with Camellia, because unless you rock her with Ferlova, Cantarella, Rochia, which is pretty, I don't believe Cantarella needs basic attack, but Rochia does give that 50% bonus, 50% havoc bonus off exit, unless Cantarella is using it. Other than that, yeah, Rochia is kind of like the worst 5-star here in general, because she doesn't really provide anything other than her outro skill. So I'm not clear. Rover, we are not denying this. This is the most universally loved character because we all have him or have her, depending on who you chose. He is so good. All his forms, from Spectral to Havoc and Arrow, they are all amazing. Camellia's design is good. She is really easy to play. So I believe, yeah, I'll choose it. Carlotta is phenomenal. She is the best, I believe, the best boss killer in this game, other than probably Galbrena if you have Chu Yang, right? Because Galbrena is just so easy to play, but Carlotta at least requires skill because her forte requires you to actually like dodge. So yeah, this is some bias, but like Carlotta just is more of a combat focus, while Galbrena is just a point and click adventure where you just get her forte up, press her E, do her ult, and just click away. For Lova, we are not going to sit here and debate. For Lova is the most versatile unit other than Augusta, because for some reason Kuro has just only been releasing heavy attack damage dealers and resonance liberation dealers. I believe the last basic attack damage dealer was Cardathia and Brandt. I think Phoebe is also, I don't know, Phoebe is basic and heavy. But yeah, I think the last two basic attack damage dealer were Cardathia and Brandt. So Frolova is just so good because of that specific reason, and also because she's like the best sub DPS, even though her role is a main DPS. But her design is amazing, her kit is good, so I'm choosing her. Zhang Liao literally surpassed Kocharo, easier to play. His design is very generic other than his robotic arm. We need more lore other than like, you know, him just wanting to surpass like technology. Like he would have fit way better in this new 3.0 region. If we see him in the new 3.0 region, that'll be cool. But in my opinion, he's very generic. Unlike the next person here, Jian is super cool. He was the first featured 5-star of Wuthering Waves, and I think to this day he is still one of the best characters you could have pulled for, especially if you pulled for his signature weapon. He is a heavy attack damage dealer, we know why that's good, and he's Arrow, which Kuro Games adores at this point. We cannot deny that Arrow is literally Kuro Games' favorite other than Havoc and Spectral. I believe Fusion is there because of Mornay. You know, Mornay is a new Fusion character after, you know, Galbrena. Hopefully she's a healer, that would be amazing. But yeah, that's my take for Jian. Jian is literally another versatile unit, especially if you pulled for Chacona and Ayuno. Oof. I don't understand why that works, but they made it work. Kocharo, we already know Ling Yang and Kocharo done good. Encore got some buffs via Lupa and Brandt, but it doesn't work as well as Changling. So Encore isn't that good right now. Her design is cute, but it's not my cup of tea. Just like how Verena, like the design of small characters isn't like my favorite, but Verena's kit is better than Encore, and that's why I did choose Verena. Buling's design is cool, but I don't know her kit, so I'm not gonna choose her. Cantarella, we all know this. Cantarella finally had her time to shine now because of Galbrena and Forlova. They both need Echo Skill damage. For some odd reason, Kuro Games decided to make Echo Skill damage, and it requires the use of Echo Skill, and Cantarella has 4 of them. Her design, we're not gonna lie, is phenomenal. It is Gooners, but we could all agree she looks nice in a regular dress, if we all do say so. Her kit is a little off because she does give, I believe, Resonance Skill and Havoc. Yeah, Resonance Skill and Havoc, which is good. She heals and she buffs with that set that Rochia uses. So I believe that, yeah, I will choose Cantarella. Kuyang, just like Brandt, he is cool as hell. He literally has a rogue samurai vibe, and in the story he is technically a rogue samurai, so we're clicking this. He sucks at DPS role, but you know, he's literally best in slot for Galbrena. Jingxiang is really good. It's just that she just needs her forte to go quicker, because she does provide a good shield. She heals just like Brandt. She doesn't do damage though, so she's just like Tao Chi. So her design is good, but her kit is just all over the place and it needs fixing. Chanling's design is amazing, we all know this, but unless you have Lupa and Brandt, she's not getting the most benefits. Unless you have like a Shorekeeper Brandt setup, that's also good, but at that point you should have just got a Lupa. because it gives a bigger buff than Shorekeeper. Shorekeeper's team would be faster, but Lupa's team will do more damage. And if you learn the team, it'll be just as fast as the Shorekeeper team, and you do more damage. So in the meta right now, she needs Lupa and Brant. So I believe if I did choose these two, I will choose Changling, because her kit is very clunky in a sense that you need 4. It could have easily been 3, but it's a skill issue at my part. Danjin is technically in tier with the second, either the first or the second best 4-star. She is literally the free to play DPS other than Havoc Rover. So yes, Danjin is definitely getting my pick. And here we have other. Is there an other? Interesting. Are we missing someone? Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 4, 38. 42, 40, 44. No, there's 44 characters. No. I'm guessing this other is if you want to see like a different character that's like an NPC, which I wouldn't doubt people to get. So let's go on to the next page. Which is your favorite? Oh my god, here we go again. Oh my god, we all know Zanny, Lupa, and well, for the least, but Cardathea is part of it. I'm a Zanny main, but like she's really bad. She's really bad to play. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. She is really bad to play. I didn't have Phoebe for the longest, and after I pulled Phoebe in this most recent rerun, Zanny just feels a lot better. I got her C1 just because of Phoebe, and she just does the most damage in my team, but it requires so much technical skill to pull it off. I also have Shorekeeper in that team. I know that Rover gives her a better damage bonus, but Shorekeeper just gives her a better crit rate, which I don't have. I have her at like 70. So Zanny, Lupa, or Cardathea? Damn, this is pretty hard. But to choose, this is really hard. This is really hard. To choose, can I choose more than one? It's just I don't want to choose, and it just sends me to the next page. It depends what they ask me later, because if it's just character design, then all 3 look amazing. But kit wise, the best character here with a kit is probably Lupa, because she fits on the Model Fusion team for everybody. Because Cardathea is kind of stuck to Air Erosion, even though it's built out, but Lupa just fits on everything. So I'll just hit up Lupa. If possible, please provide details. Combat experience, combat time, fluidity. Oh, okay, here we go. Combat mechanics. She helps the fusion team be meta relevant. Oh, reliant. I spelled it wrong. She helps the fusion team meet the current meta, is easy to play. Oh, I misspelled easy. Easy to play, and is the best fusion support for the future, I believe. Future, damn, I spelled future wrong. For the future, and I'm saying hopefully. See, I spelled things. And playing is the best fusion support for the future. Alright, popularity online. I believe she's very popular, but that's not the reason why I like her. Characterization. We all just gonna be here. I can't. Her role was pretty nice. right? But we're not gonna deny the first time we met her, it was a deliberate ass shot. Like, I think while I'm editing this, I'm gonna put it in post. We all looked at that like, damn. So that's not really why, but we did spend. She was I believe characterization, because there's a lot of characterization. Because she was cool. She was battle ready. She was she has that attitude of never giving up. Let's say that. The never giving up mentality. I don't think I'm spelling it right. Never giving up attitude. Let's just say that. Damn, I forgot how to spell attitude. Let's just write mentality. I think I at least know how to write it. It don't matter if they. I hope they proofread it. Mentality. I think, yeah, we'll just go with that. The never giving up mentality. Meta performance. Best fusion support. We're not denying she is the best fusion support. Galbraithna technically isn't a fusion, but she supports her with the fusion damage and the visual design. Visual design and like her character design. I believe, yeah, she looks really good. She looks really good. I guess that's all I could say. Like the tail was neat. That it makes sense because of her name. Her name is Lupa, but I don't know if that's like her real name. But if it is Lupa, then yeah, it makes sense why she has a tail. You know, her forte later on in the story, she did say the forte gave her the tail, which is interesting. Why I don't know. Now that I think about it, it's interesting that Lupa's forte gave her a tail but no ears. I'm actually wondering, did the forte just like said, you know what? The tail's good enough. Like I'm pretty sure the ears are a better evolutionary given design. Knowing that Lupa herself stated that she has a keen smell, wouldn't the ears be more useful than her tail? But yeah, never mind. Her tail is very useful in combat for some odd reason. Or she's just like that. She's built like that. But yeah, I'm keeping it like this. She looks very good. Combat visual effects, they look awesome. They look awesome. Awesome is like that. Yeah. Hold up, let me fact check myself because I'm not really good with spelling. My first language is Spanish. I'm not very fluent in English speaking. Yes, I'm missing an E. No, I have it backwards. It's AWES. Some. There you go. They look awesome. Though her Resonance Liberation is quick and it fits her playstyle, they all look awesome. I was just and okay, here's another, because I was really hoping Lupa would have been, and if filling her role support and being a really good buffer and healer. I'm hoping Mornier is a healer. Even though we saw the PlayStation reveal, I am still hoping that Mornier is a healer. Because that's technically all Fusion needs, is a healer. Because we already got a DPS with Galbraithna. Changling still exists. We all know that Brant with Lupa is somehow, if you have his weapon too, he does just an absurd amount of damage so quickly. But yeah, that's skill effects, movesets. They look awesome. Voice acting, bro. We are all gonna be here and be like, she sounds amazing. She sounds. Okay, I had a little brain fart of how to spell sound. She sounds amazing. Yes, I spelled it right this time. She sounds amazing and gives off a warrior's feel to her, because she does feel like she's always ready to be like on some battle type stuff, you know. And here we go, this is my good take. Others was hoping she was a healer / buffer to the fusion team. Fusion team, a main DPS. Damn, I said put MBS. Damn. Main DPS. Wait, what? Was hoping she was a main DPS. Spelled or wrong too. Or a main DPS for the team. Because granted, Lupa, just like the previous characters like Chuyon and Ayuno, they all look like they did a lot of damage. Ayuno does do a lot of damage by herself and her signature, but like we all thought after Cardathea as a main DPS, we would have at least gotten another DPS, you know, so that like since we had teams already built, like Brant would have had a main DPS with Changling, right? But I understand why, because at the moment Changling was already released and she was still good at that time. I believe she's still decent now. Like a lot of characters are still decent. It's just that they need, you know, newer characters to help them, which is not bad, but also not good because you still need to pull for new characters. But yeah, at the time I really thought she was a main DPS, but now that I think about it, her being a buffer slash healer would have been better, because at the time Brant was the only healer and he heals enough, but like you need to be on his rotation to heal, you know? Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, the main DPS part really wasn't like needed, because like let's be real, she could have had the universal buff, you know, where she had the ability to buff per ally that was in the team. Like let's say she had a healer slash buffer role, you keep her passive, but instead of it being mono fusion, it would have been similar to like I believe in other games where like I'm gonna take a book from Genshin Impact. Like there was a character called Chaska that released, and she needed other allies to enhance her damage or her supporting damage, right? And I believe we could use that as an example of if Lupa had two other teammates that were fusion, she would buff fusion, right? But if she had two other teammates that did let's say Arrow or Spectral or Havoc, she would have buffed that specific attribute and her own by a little, right? So that could fill her actual role as a buffer and slash healer. Similar to how Shorekeeper buffs everybody with crit rate and crit damage, Lupa would have been a support for attribute damage, which would have been really good at the time, because that would also give her a high status like Shorekeeper, and would have actually worked perfectly with Cardathea's release, right? Because they could have been run together, given that she would have given she gives like a 3 or 5% red shred. It goes 5, 10, no, it has to be 3, 6, 9, and then she gives 6 more when it's all one team. So it would have been better if she would have given a 50%, 15%, not a 50, a 15% red shred, and it is divided between the teammates, right? So there's always 5% for Havoc and then 5% for less Havoc. Damn, am I smoking? 5% fusion for her, 5% let's say Havoc for Camellia, and 5% Havoc for like Cantarella, right? So then it will be a 10% red shred for Havoc and a 5% red shred for fusion. It would have been really good, but that would have made her, I guess, too good. But like we have Shorekeeper, and Shorekeeper's really good. Shorekeeper's really good. So I could see a world in which she's at. So I'm gonna just remove this DPS and say that. Oh, and say that. Slash buff the Fury team, or had the ability to buff the other characters in the team other than fusion. That would have been peak right there. So we'll go with that. So let's go to the next one. I did take a long time here. What do you like most about Lupa? Oh, she looks nice. Yeah, combat visuals, they look amazing. Oh, I have to choose one. Ooh. 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 Damn. What do you like about Lupa? I guess others can't be chosen because this is literally just my opinion. I guess the combat experience. That's the best. Other than these three are what is likely the most about Lupa. Because meta performance, we all know she's good, so it's kind of pointless to choose this. But her combat experience on what she does is really what I enjoy about her. Who is your favorite video game character? Not counting Wuthering Waves characters. Interesting. A video game character other than Wuthering Waves characters? I believe this is another hard question because I have a lot. As you just saw, I couldn't decide from 3. Imagine all my favorite characters from video games. Ooh, this one's really hard. I'm gonna be for real. This might be a hot take, but like, I'm gonna just go with this because, to be fair, I did play this game like not too long ago, and like the sequel to it was amazing. I'm gonna put Kratos. But like the new one. The new from 2018 to 2022. That Kratos, that game was phenomenal. So I'm gonna say that. Let's see if it's gonna be the same question. Yeah, it's gonna be the same questions. Plus, please provide details. The visual design, I'm gonna be for real, it wasn't what captivated me. Popularity, not really. Voice acting was good. The combat experience, it was good. This is the one I mean. Characterization. Like, the reason why I liked him was a growing father figure. I think that's how you say it. Figure. A growing father figure to learn from. Like, that's what captivated me for Kratos. Because the combat visuals, no. Combat experience, not really. The meta performance, this is not a meta game. The new games were meta. They were just... the combat experience was cool, but it wasn't... It was more like... I would say combat efficiency of the... What is this? Hard-hitting and heavy attacks. I forgot the A. Attacks feel really good. Feel really good to perform. Perform. Other than that, we know the acting is good, but that's not why. The visual design, the game is phenomenal, but that's not the reason. It was a story. The combat was good, and yes, this. We'll just go. What's your favorite fictional character outside of video games, comics, anime? Okay, so this one I have a more clear like answer in my head. So a fictional character. So there's this. Well, it was a light novel that was into an anime. Then it became a manga. Then it became an anime, and it was I believe it was from like 2015, and it is called Chivalry of the Failed Knight. And my favorite character from that show was Iki Kurogane. So I'm gonna put it here, and as you can see, it is very similar to what the actual game developers whole like name is. Kurogane. If you change that N for an M, it's literally Iki Kuro Games, which is hilarious. But this is without a doubt one of the very first mangas I've read and animes I truly enjoyed from like when I was really young. And it's what actually captivated me into watching anime and into this sort of game, because in this actual, you know, light novel and manga, it's literally about magic and swords, right, in a futuristic setting where most people have like a certain, you know, power that they have to cultivate. And let's go to the next page. Popularity, I'm gonna be for real, it got popular not too long ago, but when it released, I'm pretty sure it wasn't good. Characterization, he has a hard working attitude, a hard working hold up, I spelled attitude like twice, but like I'm a fact check myself. Attitude is double T I T U D E. Damn, I would have not spelled that. Hard working attitude. Visual design, he's very generic. General design. It's a general design. Did I spell general right? Oh my god, here we go again. General is Neral. Wow, could have fooled me. General design. Voice acting, I watched it in subbed, you know, I did at the time, I didn't know, so I just read. Combat visuals, he has one of the coolest combat visuals. He has the ability similar to Guion, where he changes the world from black and white and only keeps a single color, right? But he mostly just envelops himself in like smoke, I believe smoke or like raw energy. So combat visual effects, skill, VFX, and movesets. Well, his moveset is actually the ability to copy. Has the ability, I think it's like this, the T, to copy the moves of others and make them better. That's what he did in this show. He trained to be a better swordsman, and he ended up just copying until he made a better form of it. The ability to copy the moves of others and make it better. Is surrounded. Oh well, he has a weak magic pool, but has a mastery. Is that, yeah, mastery. Has a mastery of the sword. That's what he does in the show. Like he copies the abilities and makes it better, and then since he has no magic, he just practices with the sword. So the people that rely on magic truly just get outmatched. Yeah, because of voice acting and others. So yeah. So which of the following factors have the most influence on your decision to convey for a specific Wuthering Waves character? Which have the least influence? Characterization, stats, combat, visual effects, and physical appearance. Alright, so physical appearance is big, but not really a must pull, right? Characterization, like, it usually is important for the story, so this is the least. Statistics and combat visual effects are technically what I'm gonna see the whole time. Physical appearance as well. So I believe statistics is the most impactful. Statistics are the most impactful. But now between a physical appearance, well, actually all these are most, and characterization is the minimal. Okay, which of the following factors the most influential decision for convenience of specific Wuthering Waves character? Okay, popularity online, no need. Combat experience, combat mechanics, this was good. Voice acting and characters. Okay, so these three out of these two is the most likely, and popularization and characterization are technically the least. So this one is minimal, and then out of these three, which one's the most? I would believe the combat experience. The combat. Oh, there we go again. So which of the following factors have the most? Okay, this is the same thing. Physical appearance, combat. Isn't this the same thing? Statistics and I believe like combat, physical appearance, and voice act. So physical appearance and voice acting are the ones we're seeing. Voice acting, sometimes you could just change it or mute it, but the physical appearance you can't change. So I believe that it will be smarter to choose this. Right? Yeah, okay, next page. What is your gender? I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but I'm definitely a man, but I don't know what else. And here we go. The events. What gameplay followings? Okay. Okay, here we go. Manage simulation. I kind of like these games. These games are really good. These games are really good. Platformer, they have already done some. It's not that good, so I doubt. Vertical scroller shooter, I doubt they will do this too. Visual novels, this one, they did this one with the Tricono one. It wasn't that bad, so I would, wouldn't mind, but it wasn't really good. Rhythm games, oh my god, I love rhythm games. Casual games, I doubt this is good. I used to play Genshin back in the days, and this is horrendous. It's like most people just want to join in and get the rewards. They don't even want to play it for what it is. So I doubt this is good. Fishing slash, ooh. The fishing part of the old man's whale was alright. Like how I said earlier in the video, I would wish they would make like something weekly so that you could like actually incentivize to go fish and get for some asteroids. That would be really good. Now this hunting part is really good. Because I do play Monster Hunter. It's one of my favorite games. But in this channel I only cover Wuthering Waves. Unless if you comment down below if you want me to play different games. The hunting aspect of Monster Hunter is really, really good. And I hope if they do it, because I think they did like a little scene in the Sandwich Plateaus in which you drop a boulder on top of like a Carrarosaurus, and like that gave me Monster Hunter vibes, which was pretty cool. So they could do something similar, like let's say like the tortoise in Huanglong. That's a perfect example. Let's say you get the tortoise and you get like a group of 4, like the new what is it called? The new gacha game that is in beta test now, Enfield, where you get 4 actual like playing characters, and you like hunt like a big monster or a big TD, and you get like specific things from it to create gear, right? Or to create weapons, like actual like usable weapons. That would be really, really cool, and it will give it so much more depth to the game. Give it more reason. So I would choose this for the hunting because we already have the fishing. Puzzles, bro. Kuro makes such good puzzles. I am not gonna not click this. Factory assembly. For this game, this is not something we need. For this game, this is not something we need. We could say that for the rhythm, but the rhythm's more of like an event, not like for the game, because this would like change the actual game. Like you would have to make it, unless it's similar to like the tower defense, and which is a completely different simulation. But if we really think about it, it's not gonna work very well, because unless this is similar to like another game that's coming out, which I talked earlier, which is Arknights Enfield, that's in beta, it's technically just gonna steal that game's whole thunder. Alright, and since this game isn't built upon factory building, I believe it shouldn't be, you shouldn't be clicking this unless you truly want this in the game, which I'm not. Strategy, I could see this being an event. I love strategy too, but if it's gonna take so long to complete this event, I wouldn't like it. Sandbox, I love Minecraft. When I was a kid, I used to play the ever-living buckets of Minecraft, but I don't see it in Wuthering Waves, so I'm not gonna click it. So I'm gonna just leave these two. Grid-based tower defense, we already have this. It wasn't really fun, so I'm not gonna. Horizontal scrolling shooter contra, not really. I don't think it's that. Top-down shooter, if it's similar to the vampires, no. Multiplayer hide and seek, no. Same thing with the casual game. Replacement tower defense, we already have this, unless you want to make like a completely different map and you could like put it somewhere else, like I guess. But like if we have the one we have now, just add this onto it, just a new. And same thing for the grid base and the free placement, add it as subsections to the actual tower defense mode we already have. You don't need to click this and make a whole new event. That would just make it better. You just give more depth to the actual, you know, game mode we already have. Maze, pointless. I don't want to be lost. Puzzle platform, similar to platformer. No. Permanent all out towards Pika's. This was really good. I am a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh. I used to be. I don't play it anymore, but I am still a big fan. This event was really good, unless that brand fight was horrendous. They at least don't do that. That's just not good. Hack and slash, yes, this will fit perfect in this game. 3D parkour, we had this in the beginning of the game. I don't know why they haven't brought it back. Logic puzzle, Sudoku. I guess what's the difference between puzzle and logic puzzle? Sudoku is Sabaka? Isn't this just like calculations? I'll just leave it at puzzles. Which of the above games would you like to? Well, all of them. The hack and slash, 3D parkour, rhythm management. Like, why do you think I clicked them? Well, this one I only want the hunting, but it's going together. Puzzle, yeah. Do you have any suggestions about the gameplay design of Wuthering Waves? I guess add. What is this? Add more. Add more weekly rewards for the existing. Damn, I can't spell existing. Let's go over there. It is X actually. XIST existing. There you go. Existing permanent game modes. Permanent game modes that we already have in the game. Make it so that you can play them again for a weekly reward. And improve them. That would be my suggestions for the gameplay, because I think I already wrote down for the previous one, so we'll submit this one and be done with it. Alright, so there are all my takes. I guess we click here. Yeah, survey submitted. And as we can see, well, I didn't get my reward, so okay, so yeah, I participated. I guess I'll be claimed later on. So that would be my take. Hopefully they listen to what most of the players in this patch, review or give them. Because at this time, this is when like most players are usually in the downtime and are just playing the game because they actually like enjoy the game. So hopefully they listen to more of these surveys for this specific side of the game, the player base, given that the people that are playing now are not here for the hype and aren't here just for pulling the new character. Like, I believe, yeah, she says 4 days away from leaving. It's not really in a hype area. Like, the new banners aren't coming out with booling, so this would be like a really good like time to give players that are playing this game in the downtime to introduce what they really want, like what characters they want to see in the future. Even though we already have characters for Laharoi, I believe these are for the new region or later on, like a new region in La Haroi, similar to like how Septamon came out, because we did get exclusive characters for the beginning of Renacida, and then we got exclusive characters for Septamon. So we could see these characters in the upcoming patches from like 3.5 to 4.0, which would be really far away, but this gives them at least an idea of what characters most people are interested in, and you know, how they can make more money. So it is literally that. Those are my opinions. Hopefully I get to finish this episode. I get to finish this video. I have been recording for an hour, but it is what it is, and I would be signing off for now.